Hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. Now today's topic is something that has been troubling my mind over quite some time. My friend had got her son admitted to a particular school, thinking the school would be really good. But on the very first day, what the sports teacher did was to actually hit her son. You will probably be asking me, how old is her son? Her son got admitted into class 1. So that's a pretty small boy, right? So, and hitting a small boy as small as the one that I'm talking about is atrocious, abominable, and uncalled for. And this way, I feel that that person should actually be punished. Now, she did not go into all those hassle, but what I did was to actually ponder on this and why people do this to children as young as the little boy I'm talking about. Now, what exactly happened? Let me tell you that. This little boy has been always told by my friend that he's a very good boy. He's a very good boy, he's a gentle boy, he's an awesome boy, he's the best, and all these kind of affirmations that she has been working on him day in and day out. Every morning she would do that, she would tell him during the day, she would tell him at night. So all these words have kind of been ingrained into him. So when he goes to school, what does this teacher do? This sports teacher says, because of some reason or the other, says, "You are a very bad boy." And that little boy immediately answers back and says, "No, I am a good boy. No, I am a good boy." And the sports teacher continued to say, "No, you're a bad boy. No, you're a bad boy." And this little boy kept on saying, "I'm a good boy. I'm a good boy." And then when he continued to say that, what the teacher did was slap him right, or hit him rather, right on the face. Like this. So when my friend found him, the little boy had marks on his forehead, on his nose, on his cheeks, the huge hand of a man, right? And the little face of a boy. Can you imagine how that could be? So all the 5 fingers were planted on the boy's face. Is this how teachers should be? Shouldn't we become more kind to young people who have already gone through so much during the COVID times? They've already had such a terrible time staying at home, not meeting friends, not being part of the school adventure, school excitement, nothing they've had. And then suddenly when they start going to school, this is the kind of treatment teachers give. I can tell you n number of stories that my son has gone through. And it has been really sad because I have felt bad when my son comes back and tells me that, "Mom, this is how the teacher has treated me. This is what the teacher has told me." He probably must be feeling very sad inside. But then, since I have made him into a very strong personality, I am trying to create that into him, that no matter who says what, you are the best. You're awesome. You're superb. Please tell your child this all the time. Please make it a point to tell your child this about this particular statement all the time. Don't let anyone take away the magic from their lives. Because they are supposed to be angels on earth. All these children around us are angels on earth. And nobody has a right to take away the beauty that is inside them. Imagine the plight of this little boy when he was told that he was a bad boy and he kept repeating that he's a good boy. Imagine the plight. Imagine the way his heart must have broken into pieces. You remember another thing? You remember this incident where this principal had been very unkind to a girl and she jumped from the 3rd floor of the school building and she wrote down that I had been abused, verbally abused by the principal. Listen, principals, teachers, whoever you are, it is time that you show some kindness to the students. Because if you don't, you will be remembered as the most unkind, ruthless, most hated teacher or principal on earth. And these students are never going to go back to you and never going to hold you in high regard. They are always going to crib about you. They're always going to say something malicious about you after they have passed out from school or college or whichever institution they are. Because it is important that we as teachers handhold them, love them, take care of them, take care of their problems, ask them questions whether they're feeling okay or not. Because when you are going to actually do this, you're going to mentally torture the child, and after that, you're going to say that we are going to have some program which is going to take care of your mental health issues. It is actually very laughable. It's a farce. I would like to request you that whatever problems you have, whether you have a problem at home or not, please don't carry it to school. Because we all have our petty problems, we all have some issue or the other in our lives, but we can't carry it to the place of work. When you go to work, make sure you're calm, cool, collected, listening. You listen to the students about what their problems are, because then only will you come out across as a kind person, as a kind teacher, as a generous teacher. I always keep saying this. Please be kind. Kindness is so hard to find. But then you can be different. Teachers, principals, all of you can be different by becoming a person who has set an example as a kind person, as a sympathetic person, as an empathetic person. You can create history, Because if you don't, these students who go from home to school, they think that school is another home for them. Why don't you build beautiful memories for them in school? Why don't you have wonderful memories of fun, joy, excitement, adventure in your school, instead of them coming home with horrible memories, horrible stories of how their teacher has behaved with them, of how their teacher has abused them verbally or physically. So I think it's time, because if you notice that the world is already going through a major crisis, and the crisis is loss of love. The word called love is slowly becoming a minority word. I always call myself a minority. Why? Because I'm a minority in loving everybody around me. I even love that teacher who has abused my son. I also love you. I love you very much. Maybe you've got a problem, and that is why I love you. Because when I love you, maybe you can talk to me about your problem. Maybe we can solve it together. But let's not abuse the students. Let's not abuse the students, because when you do that, I'm sure you have children yourself. Think of your children. I'm sure they wouldn't like to be abused. We all send our children to school because we think it's a special place to grow up, special place to become more creative, more knowledgeable, more intelligent, more everything, more of everything. I'm very emotional about children. I'm very, very, very emotional about every child that comes in touch with me, that I come in touch with children, because I am somebody who's a lover by default. So I love all children, all humans in fact, but children I love so much, and they deserve a very good childhood. So to deserve a good childhood, I think we, the elders, the older people who are who know a lot about kindness and love, let us give it to them. Let us give it to them. We don't have to make a huge effort. It's only by smiling, by saying a few nice words. You don't even have to take lessons. You don't have to take a PhD in this. You don't have to go take a master's degree in this. You just have to smile, be loving, give those positive strokes, give those non-verbal positive gestures, and wait. You're going to have a fantastic group of students who are going to love you and go jumping back to you. Well, after they've started working, they're going to come back jumping to you. You want to create loving individuals, right? You don't want to create people or students who have the same kind of hatred for other humans. Because what they learn in school, they're going to pass it on to other humans. And this is what I'm worried about. When they see violence, they're going to repeat that. Don't think it starts only at home. It also starts in school. When they see lewd comments or bad comments or some unkind behavior, they're going to repeat the same thing with others. So let us be more kinder, please. That's my appeal to you. Thank you.